Last week, our RV travel brought us to the foot of the Sandia Mountains in New Mexico. Shortly after arriving and setting up camp, a small but severe storm cell parked itself right over Turquoise Trail RV Park in Cedar Creek, where we were, just outside of Albuquerque.
Severe hail the size of golf balls rained down on the RV park for almost 2 hours.
And what started as an enjoyable front row seat to a summer thunderstorm rapidly evolved into water penetrating our motorhome's windows, destroying rooftop vent covers, and hailstones busting through the shower skylights. It also created dimples on the hood of our Honda.
In this video, we're going to show you what happened during the storm, as well as what happened to our 2017 Holiday Rambler Vacationer.
And then Jamie will take you step by step through the repairs that he took to replace the seals on those windows.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Linda.
And this is Roaming with Rosie.
So a minute ago, I said, it's too bad the air conditioning's on because I couldn't hear the rain. Looks like Mother Nature answered that one. Just hoping it doesn't dent the car. The roof of the RV is fiberglass, but it's also hitting the sides of the RV, isn't it? Most of it's coming straight down though, it's not windy. Let's accumulate some of them out there are golf ball size. Hi bub, what do you think? What is all that? You're hiding under the table? This person got out of their RV and are up on their roof with an umbrella and some plastic. So I'm assuming something broke. That's pretty dangerous. There's lightning out here. They're up there with plastic and blankets. Must have broke through. Lightning! There's lightning all around us. Let me take my umbrella with the metal tip and go stand on the roof.
Skylight on the shower is leaking.
It is. That's where we were hearing it hit so hard. Was there. I'd say that our skylight is having a failure. Wow. That's not just a little. Bummer. Rosie 2.3 has sprung a leak in this hailstorm. At least it's in the shower. I don't know, they're supposed to be got new caulking and seals on everything when we bought it, but don't know if maybe it's cracked up there. Some of the hail was pretty big. Biggest hailstorm Jamie or I have ever experienced. Now the satellite went down. Our shower is leaking to the skylight. So we've got leaks in our windows. It's not inside the window. And now he found it up front from this window. Where is it coming in?
Right here.
Right there and going down the side.
Yep.
And coming out onto the floor. So same thing, the windows aren't sealed. So I came in here to check, and this side of the bed, that window's leaking. Same thing, all down the side. So far, pretty much all of our windows are leaking the same way. It's coming in somewhere on the top. It's skipping the whole window frame. There's no water accumulating inside between the screen and the glass, but it's coming out at the bottom of the window frame inside. People are all outside their RVs taking pictures of door frames and window frames, and that one lady standing on a rooftop in the middle of the hailstorm and lightning storm trying to put plastic around her skylights while carrying an umbrella with a metal tip. So that is not snow, that's hail. And it's about 2 or 3 inches deep. And we just heard it's supposed to come back again in about half an hour or so. So we've got a leak from this window right here, but there's no water in there. Tomorrow, no zoo, no aquarium, Home Depot.
Yeah.
Bummer. Some of it was pretty big. So there's a double rainbow behind me. I hope that means that things are going to be better tomorrow, because we got some damage from this storm. So yeah, it's starting to be a double rainbow. Looks good. We've got leaks where we not sure where they're coming from, but a pretty rainbow, a pile of hail.
The skylight has some holes cracked into it.
From the hail?
Yeah. In this corner over here, and then the side over there, and then right here. 2 of the Max Air fan covers are all busted up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So is there anything you can do from the next rainstorm to protect it for now?
I got a turtle bond, so I'm going to turtle bond the skylight.
Okay. And what about the other things?
The other things, all we can do is keep the thing shut.
Oh dear. Okay. Is that the fan?
That's the cover.
The fan cover's cracked there too?
Yeah.
That's the one over the bathroom.
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
They all got broken from hail?
Yeah, this one's not too bad.
It does look like we've got dents on the hood. There.
This is cracked here. That's cracked there, here, down there, right over here.
It's not very sturdy, is it? So that was brand new. Oh my gosh.
This one here, the hole's blown through it, and that one's completely wiped out.
Holy crap. This is the kitchen. This is the kitchen one. Look at that. Wow. There's still hail down in there. Wow.
Well, it's cracked right there. And then over on that side, there's 2 holes.
And that's where it started coming in?
That's where it was coming through.
Wow.
I'm just going to clean it with this glass cleaner.
Oh, you're going to clean it and then...
Eternal bond.
And then eternal bond it? And then do you put Dicor around it? Or are you just going to leave that for now?
I'm just going to leave this for now.
Because we're going to replace them?
Yeah. I'm gonna run a bead around with that clear stuff. What I'm going to use to go around the windows, I don't have access to an RV store or anything like this. But this is, you don't want to use silicone, because you can use silicone, but here's the issue. If there was something, like if there was caulk or silicone there before, you have to remove all of it and clean it really good, because silicone won't stick to itself. So that's why I didn't want to get silicone. This is specifically made for, you know, gutters, windows, doors, stuff like that. And it's ultra clear, so you don't have to worry about painting it. And then the other thing that's cool about it is it's paintable. It's interior, exterior. It won't yellow, and it stays flexible. Because the RV is constantly moving, you want something that's not going to crack when it's going down the road, because if it gets hard, it's going to crack. So this stays flexible. So, and the other thing is, like caulk or silicone, you can get this off. Let me remind you, don't use a razor blade. Use one of those plastic things that looks like a razor blade, the plastic scrapers. It's waterproof within, I think they said it was waterproof within 10 minutes. And then I'm going to run a bead around the window. I think there's butyl tape attached to the back side of the flange on the window, but obviously it wasn't doing what it's supposed to do because we were getting water inside. So I'm just going to run a bead. I'm going to do it around this window here and that window, and then just to make sure we're watertight.
So we cut our trip short and headed back to our home in southern New Mexico so that we could assess all of the damage and make some decisions.
I ordered new vent covers as well as a new skylight. I also ordered butyl tape and some plastic tools to be able to remove the windows once we were sure that Rosie was completely dried out. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be changing out the seal on the window. Now, after the storm happened, I went and bought some stuff to run a bead around the outside of the window because there was other storms that are going to be showing up. So I applied seal around the windows, and that helped out. But what I want to do is remove all of that and replace the actual seal that goes on the inside edge of the window. So we're going to be doing that today. What I had to do is I had to order some special tools to do that, and this is auto body trim tools. It's made out of plastic, so it doesn't do any damage to your paint or anything like that. And then the seal that we're changing is butyl tape. So I'm going to be changing out the butyl. I had to order that to be able to do the windows because I didn't have any. So we're going to be changing that out. I'm going to show you how to do that. So how this process works is we have to, there's screws that go around the entire rim here. We undo those screws, this rim comes off, and then the outer part of the window you pull out from the outside. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I know that I have butyl tape on there, the old butyl tape's on there, and then also I put my bead of sealant on the outside too, but I'm going to put tape on the outside just in case, because last thing I want is me to unscrew all this and the window fall out and crack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some tape, I'm going to go put it on the outside of the window just as a precautionary, and then I'm going to come in and start removing my screws. So now we just need to go, all these screws that go around the frame here, we want to remove all those screws. So after getting the window out, I was concerned that I might see water damage in here, and I'm looking, and it's all foam insulated, so that heavy duty thick foam. So as I'm looking at it, I don't see any water damage at all, so that's a good thing. That's what we were worried about. Next thing what I need to do is clean up this edge around here, so I'm going to get that all cleaned up, and then we'll go inside.
So it's really truly full there. There's no way for water to get in the wall from there at all. I mean, that is really solid foam in there.
What I'm doing now is I'm cleaning this edge so I have a nice clean edge, so that when I put my seal, it seals to a nice clean edge. And what I'm using is this rapid remover. It's the same stuff I use for removing the Duro Shield off the front of the RV. So I'm just going around making sure that we don't have any old adhesive or butyl or the sealant that I put on there. I want to get all of that off of there so I have a nice clean surface.
Expression on your face is the same as Jack Nicholson's in The Shining, when he stuck his head through the door. Is that the glass cleaner now you used?
Yeah. Alright, so that's all nice and clean. Now what we need to do, go on the inside and remove all the old seal that's around the window frame, so I need to take that off. So it looks like what they used on this window, it's a rubber seal that's actually glued to the frame. So they didn't use butyl. And I don't know that the rubber's as good as butyl. But I'm taking it off, and we're gonna put butyl on there, because butyl is what they use. They've been using butyl tape on automotive uses for years, and it works really well. So that's what we're going to be replacing it with. So we got all that off, and I just need to clean that up.
So now you're getting the sticky stuff off of that?
Yeah, I'm getting the leftover adhesive off. Yeah, that works really good. So we're just going to go around it with the rapid remover. It's taking it off really nicely.
Jamie's working with this glass cleaner that makes me a little nauseated. I have to make sure we open all the windows. So I'm sitting here going, ew, ew, ew. And then I go, oh, I need to open some windows. And then I get up. Oh yeah, the window's open. There's no window.
So now that we have the window flange all nice and clean, we want to apply our butyl. So we're going to start at the bottom, because we're going to have a seam, and you want the seam to be at the bottom. Now, to be able to get it to go around these radiuses in the corners of the window, you have to pull this paper off, because it's not flexible at all. So what I do is I pull that back, and then I kind of just work my way around.
And that won't ever dry up?
It can over time.
Out here in the desert, anything dries up, huh?
Yeah. So now we got the new butyl tape on. I'm going to put the window back in, and then I'm going to put tape on the outside again just to hold it in place. Once I push it in with the butyl tape's going to immediately stick to it, so that's going to help with holding it in place. So now that we have the window back in place, there's these, I didn't show you when I had the window up. Down here there's these black spacers that basically lift the window up so it's not sitting right on there, and it kind of places the window. And I could see where the spacers were before, so then when I slid my window back in, I slid those so I know that those were lined up in the same place. The other thing is, yes, I've pushed on the butyl tape out there, but it's going to squeeze out more once I have this inside ring put on the window. When I start screwing that down, it's going to squeeze it down a lot more and get a nice good seal.
Sometimes you guys ask, why don't I put the camera down and help? I hope you've realized he doesn't let anybody help.
So I didn't fully tighten those down yet because I want to have a little bit of play to be able to move it around. But I got those in there, so now I know my window's not going anywhere. Okay, so all the screws are in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a hand screwdriver and I'm going to hand tighten them all the way around. That way I don't risk cracking anything or stripping out any of the holes. So I'm going to hand tighten it all the way around, and then this window will theoretically be done. Now when I put the window in, I noticed what happens when the butyl tape squeezes, it kind of oozes out. So on the outside you can see butyl kind of hanging down. We can take one of these scraper razor blades, go around and trim that so it all looks nice and clean. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to reseal the outside like I did when we were camping. I'm going to use that same sealant on the outside as well. So. Okay, so that's all in there. Put our screen back on. All right.
Jamie had resealed all the windows while we were still up there near Albuquerque, but since we got back to southern New Mexico, we had a really huge storm the other day, and it didn't hail, but it rained. I think it rained about 2 inches in a little over an hour, and it was just coming down and nothing leaked. So those seals that he had put on temporarily at least solved that problem.
It's quite a relief to see that this motorhome has good barriers in the walls around the windows to prevent any water from penetrating.
One benefit of being in the high desert of New Mexico is that any moisture was basically sucked out within a day.
The next step is to replace those vent covers as well as the skylight. We'll show you that process on next week's episode. We hope you found this video helpful. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share it with your friends and family on social media. And if you're not yet a subscriber, go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
And ring that bell, because that way you'll be notified each time we upload new content.
And make sure to leave a comment, that way you can be part of the conversation.
Until next time,
we'll see ya.